Hey everyone, we are on the phone with lead singer Lawrence Gowan from the band Styx. Hi.
Hello, Shawna. Nice to
Hi.
talk to you. How are you doing today?
I'm good, and I'm excited to talk to you. And you are coming to Bethel Woods in Woodstock, New York, this
Yep.
Saturday.
This Saturday, yep.
Are you excited? I mean,
We're excited as hell. We played there before, and of course, being the historic site that it is, it was a great occasion when we played there before, and we're looking forward to a return there with Tesla and Def Leppard because we're bringing pals with us this time.
yeah. Now, how long has it been since you've been to Woodstock?
Good question. I'm going to say about probably, I think 2011 was the last time that we were there because it was Styx and Yes, I do recall. I believe that's what it was on that day when we played there the last time. So I'm going to say about 4 years, but I could be corrected on that. My sense of Styx history gets skewed because we play over 100 shows a year around the world, and sometimes my memory of the last time we were in a place can be stretched to say, it was about 15 years ago, whereas in fact it was only maybe 2 years ago. So I can't be trusted is what I'm trying to confess to you today, Shawna.
Well, I could totally relate.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't perform or go to, different venues, but I talk to a lot of people, and, it all kinds seems to, mesh together at some point.
It does, but that's not to say that it doesn't still take on a level of significance just because I don't have it necessarily put away in the exact right file. But I do recall that when we played in Bethel the last time that it was a tremendous occasion, and the audience was fantastic.
Yes.
And we're looking forward to more of the same because that's what we're trying to regenerate as much as possible every day that we're on the planet.
Yeah, and it's such a significant site, and it's beautiful. I don't know if you get to walk around the grounds, but it's just gorgeous.
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah, I did get a chance to do a little bit of that the last time through, and it was just a tremendous setting, and it's one of those great venues that's purpose built for exactly what we do, and obviously you've mentioned, as I have as well, the historical significance of it. So it's a perfect kind of lightning rod for everything rock.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say lightning rod though when it comes to an outdoor show because you never know in the summer.
Yeah, you never know
what the weather is going to be like. But we're going to say it's going to be perfect no matter what because we're playing it rain or shine.
Yes. Well, we can only hope that it will not rain for the people on the lawn like me.
Yeah.
And so
those are the brave folks that really. Those people on the lawn are always the ones that come away with the best stories of seeing a concert. It's great to have fantastic seats and be up front.
Oh yeah.
I love that myself. But the real troopers that go through the can tough it out and make it through the show on the lawn, and they come away with the best stories of the concert.
Yeah, they really do, and I usually go to every show there, pretty much, and I'm usually in the lawn. Sometimes I'll get in the actual venue seats, but I mean it's pretty cool. You just gotta. Sometimes I get to interview the artists afterwards, and I'm like, if you only knew what was going on.
Right.
No,
I know. You can only imagine when you see what little flurries of activity going on up there. But there's always there's always a whole other show going on in the lawn that only the lawn people are privy to.
Yes, exactly. It's
the lawn folk.
Yes.
There should be a movie made of just that entirely. That entire genre of rock concert goer, the lawn people.
Absolutely, I totally agree.
And how they completely took over the planet.
Yes.
When no one else was prepared for the variances that the universe can throw at them. But the lawn people were ready.
Yes, so true. Totally a good idea. But so you have been in the band Styx since 1999, and
as of today, believe it or not, I am beginning my This is year 17 now.
Wow.
We've reached since I joined the band. So yes, I'm still happy to be known as the new guy.
Yeah, but time flies. And what was the process like to get into the band?
Well, very different from what's happened since the advent of YouTube and how you can look around the world very quickly for what it is you may or may not be looking for. With myself, when I joined the band in 1999, but prior to that, we had done a couple of shows together in 1997 when they opened the new Montreal Forum, which is the hockey rink where the Montreal Canadiens play. When they opened that in 1997, I was playing a show in Montreal that same night at a theater, and we had the same promoter, a guy named Donald K. Donald, and he decided to move my show over to the bigger venue so that I could open for Styx. And it just so happens that on that run of shows, I was not using my band. I was just a solo artist, solo as in just me and a piano. And, audiences there are very familiar with my songs because they've been on the radio a lot, and I've had a lot of hit songs from Canada, and particularly in Quebec. And they were singing along to the songs, and the guys in Styx took note of it and noticed that it was going over really well. And a couple of years later, when they needed a piano player, singer, they thought of me, and I'm very glad that they thought of me. It was very thoughtful of them, and I was happy to comply with their request.
Yeah. Did you ever think that day when you were performing with them that you would then 2 years later or 3 years later be their front man?
It's funny upon review when you think back to, because that was a very pivotal night. I do remember quite vividly, and I've mentioned this several times, that I never saw another show where I had such a weird sensation when I was watching their show that night. I remember this weird sensation and saying to a couple of people that were with me, what's funny is I've been a solo artist all my life, but I could actually see myself fitting into this band. Now, that's a really weird thing to say at a show. I don't know why it came out of my mouth, but maybe why has been answered by the fact that I've been in the band this long. Mm-hmm. There was something very simpatico about the way they performed and the just the whole personality of the band. I somehow felt one of those weird Twilight Zone kind of connections to. I don't know. You're always stepping on into dangerous ground when you try to explain these things, but I can attest to the fact that it did cross my mind when I was playing with them. And it's funny, when they called, I was both surprised and, weirdly enough, kind of not surprised, because I thought, yeah, if they needed a piano player singer, I guess I could do it. I not that to sound immodest, I just suddenly thought I can kind of see this working, which is weird to think that way, but I guess you need that kind of confidence, or at least a little percentage of that if you're going to move forward. It wasn't
right.
It wasn't a completely overwhelming situation where you can't handle it. So, and they obviously felt the same way, and we've been together ever since.
Now, what's been the most memorable moment so far in your career?
Oh, that's a good one. The most memorable moment with Styx, I think, would be we've played twice at the Super Bowl, and I think the first time, the surreal nature of that, of being center field and playing a song, it's not that it's in front of such a large audience. It's that you get the feeling that this event is kind of for a few hours, it's kind of the center of the universe, or at least that's how you feel it in your mind. Mm-hmm. And that was really quite a pinnacle moment, for the band. And the first time we did that was in 2001, and then we did it again actually in 2004. So it's both those were really pretty spectacular. But I can also point to things like playing Sweden Rock, festival we do in Sweden, and the reaction there, or playing in Japan, and some of these foreign experiences are really tremendous. But of course, then again, the greatest moments you'll have on stage will often turn out to be somewhere that you weren't even expecting. You just, might have thought, well, this will be fine tonight when we're playing in, Seattle or something, and then suddenly you're having the greatest moment you really feel you've ever experienced on stage that night, and that's even better because you didn't have any particularly specific preset notions of what was going to happen there, but
right.
just the whole feeling of it can overwhelm you in the most surprising of moments.
And I think those are like the best shows,
They are because everything's loose, everything's in tune with the universe. If I can hippie speak a little bit for a minute, and suddenly you're swept up in it and you get to be part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, being from Canada, and you won or you received a star on the Scarborough Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
Do you get to go back there and visit and perform for your family and hometown friends?
I do. In fact, funny enough, Scarborough is a suburb of Toronto. It's actually the largest suburb. So, Toronto's over, it's 3.5 million people, and I think 1.5 million of those, maybe even 2 million, live in Scarborough. So that's for my part of town, so to speak. And I will be not only visiting there, but sleeping in my own bed coming up next week, because we're playing Toronto on this tour next Tuesday. So kind of looking forward to that, although I'm in no great rush to get there because we have these 4 shows this week and Bethel coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm excited to see you guys and to meet you. I think that we have something set up at some point on Saturday to meet.
Cool.
Yeah. So what would you do if you weren't in the band Styx?
Well, I think about that often, and I wonder if I'm too old now to be an astronaut. That's really what troubles me at this point. Is there an age cutoff, or maybe not? Maybe they want to test what happens to your bones after a certain age or after a certain length of a career in rock music as to what can happen to them in outer space. So I'm hoping for that. At least, put in a good word for me if you're ever speaking to the people down there at NASA. Actually, what am I saying? I put in a good word for myself, actually, there last week because we were invited there. We were invited to NASA for there's the spacecraft called New Horizons, which took off from planet Earth 9.5 years ago. It reached Pluto just last week, and the best photographs, if people want to check it out, I think it's more informative. If you want to check out the pictures that came back from the New Horizons, New Horizons, N-E-W, Horizons, spacecraft, and sent back the best pictures of Pluto ever. And one of the 5 moons of Pluto has been named Styx. So that's why we were invited there, was the fact that they named it after the band. And there it is. There's the moon Styx. So we hope to visit there one day, and that would be my hopefully my next career.
That's so awesome.
It's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. I think you should go to space. I think that would be awesome.
I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. That would be
It'd probably be pretty challenging as well, and perhaps the most frightening thing that any human being could ever do. But anyway.
Yeah. You could perform there.
And, yes, absolutely.
Now that would be a once-in-a-lifetime show.
It would be, well, who knows? Who knows? I mean, time moves at a different pace in outer space, right?
Very true.
Maybe we could be up there playing for a lot longer. These are deep questions that perhaps we can get some scientists on your show, Shawna, to at least outline the not just the practicality, but the likelihood of that.
Yeah. It's funny that you bring that up because my cousin's good friend works for NASA.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So, I'll mention it to her.
Well, that's good. It's good to know that I have lots of connections there now.
Yeah. I'll hook you up with her.
Please do.
Yeah. So thank you so much for calling in today, and I'm so excited to see you guys on Saturday with Def Leppard at Bethel Woods.
It's going to be tons of fun. Actually, yeah, we're so looking forward to it. It's a great venue. It's going to be a great night. The tour so far has been just spectacularly over the top. It's one of the most successful tours of the summer at the moment, so people are going to have a fantastic time. And I just clicked on your website, Shawna. So
Did you?
I see that, I see Shawna on the radio. Yeah, what a great site.
Oh, thank you. I just interviewed and met Foreigner. I'm sure you know them.
Of course, I know all the guys. Who from the band did you talk to?
I spoke with Tom.
Oh, Tom Gimbel. What a wonderful guy. What an incredible talent.
So nice.
I see on your blog here thing right now, it says, talking to Lawrence Gowan Of Styx right now. That's right. You
yes,
are.
I am. You guys, do you have Twitter? You'll have to follow me.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll stay in touch through social media.
All right, Shawna.
Well, thank you so much, Lawrence, and I'm looking forward to meeting you on Saturday.
I'll meet you Saturday, and we're going to have a ton of fun.